Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Sports Stuff video. Today, we're doing a quick talk about what is going on in the top portion of the 2025 NFL Draft. What is going on? Like, who's going one? Who's going two? Are there going to be any trade backs? What I expect to happen a month before the NFL Draft happens, because now a lot of the pro dates for the top guys have happened, and a lot of interviews have happened. Let's talk about the top half of the draft. So if you guys do enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get to the video. So, obviously at number one, you have the Tennessee Titans. They're the number one overall pick. But the question is what are the Titans doing, right? I think we can all agree that the Titans need a quarterback, right? I've been saying Cam Ward's going to go number one, and, NFL draft mocks are having him going number one eventually. I never thought Shedeur was going to go number one to the Tennessee Titans. I thought Cam Ward was a better fit for what they want to do. But they have been throwing smoke signals out for the last few days of they're not taking Cam Ward. Like, they're going to take the best player available, the best generational player. You can't pass up blue chip prospects. That's what all the rumors have been saying. And I have a feeling this could end up being a lot like the 2022 NFL Draft, right? Where Kenny Pickett went in the first round at like number 18 or 22 to the Steelers. And that's all that's going to happen in the first round. Everyone was having Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett and Carson Strong slipping into the first round, but everyone was saying they're going quarterback number one overall. Ends up being not that situation, and that's the draft where a lot of offensive and defensive linemen got drafted to their respective teams. Could this be another replication of 2022, right? You have Cam Ward, you have Shedeur Sanders. I think they are stronger than everyone in that 2022 class, and with Kenny Pickett would definitely be the third quarterback in this class. So I do think that Cam Ward and Shedeur will go above number 22 or number 18 in the NFL draft. But are they going to go number one and number two? I don't know. I really don't know. I think for sure, for sure the Browns are sold on Cam Ward. I think that is a given. I don't know if they're sold on Shedeur Sanders though, right? Cam Ward just had his pro day where the Cleveland Browns, the Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry, and Kevin Stefanski, all three of them attended his pro day. Same with the Tennessee Titans ownership, head coach, and GM. Everyone went to his pro day. And both of those teams had a meeting after the fact. After the pro day, both teams spent a day doing private workouts where the Browns specifically went to David Njoku and talked to David Njoku and his agent about Cam Ward. Like, that's open out there. So I think with Cam Ward, he's going number one or number two. The question is the Titans throwing smoke mirrors to the Browns, to the Giants, who need a quarterback? Hey, we're taking a quarterback. Like, we're going to take Cam Ward, but we're also not going to pass on generational talent. So maybe they're trying to throw smoke screens to confuse what everyone's going to be doing. The Browns, honestly, Shedeur Sanders, early in the process, the Browns were every other day. We're having Shedeur Sanders on a visit. Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry were leaking information that they're completely sold on Shedeur Sanders as a prospect. But in the last 2 weeks, that's been silent. There's been nothing leaking for the Browns that Shedeur is their guy anymore. Now, all that's been leaking is that Cam Ward is their guy. And at the same time that the Browns are leaking that Cam Ward is their guy, the Titans are leaking, hey, we're not 100% sold on quarterback. We're willing to take the best generational prospect of this class. We just want the best player available. So I think the Browns are playing both sides of the coin of Shedeur or Cam. So whatever the Titans do, the Browns can trade back or, make something happen where they can trade back and do what they want to do. Because if I'm an organization and like, nothing leaks out of these organizations, not on purpose, by the way. I think that's something that's very important to talk about. Nothing leaks out that is not meant to be leaked out. Like, these are very professional front offices with teams of staff that work around the GM for their entire careers until the GM is fired. Like no one is leaking information that's not on purpose. So I think the Browns and the Titans, their GMs, have been leaking information saying that, we invited Shedeur, we invited Cam Ward to visits, we're both submitting on them, but at the same time, we want to take the best generational prospect. That's what the Titans are saying. So they're a complete question mark. So the Browns are pivoting, saying, you know what? Let's play checkers while they're playing checkers as well. And let's now pivot off Shedeur Sanders and pivot towards Cam Ward. And, because the Titans are now saying they're going to take the best player available. Well, let's pivot to Cam Ward. So if the Giants really want Cam Ward over Shedeur Sanders, now he's not going to go at number one because they'll take Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, whatever you want to say. but then the Browns at number 2 will take Cam Ward. So if you're the Giants, you got to trade the number 2 to get Cam Ward. Or if you're the Saints, you got to trade up. That's the odds that they're playing. The Giants, obviously have had some news as well. They have Russell Wilson on a 1-year deal. They have Jameis Winston on a 2-year deal, and Tommy DeVito. That doesn't really matter. You have Russ to be the starter, Jameis to be the backup, DeVito to be the third string young guy you're developing. So they've set themselves up where they don't need a quarterback this year. They don't really need the draft Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. And I think that's a leverage play for the Browns and for the Titans that they've chosen to do, is that no matter what, Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston will be on their team next year. They've already said that Russell Wilson's signing with the Giants to be the starter, and Jameis Winston's the backup on a 2-year deal. So Tommy DeVito's the guy on the outside looking in, that they could trade up for Shedeur or Cam, or they could sit and take Shedeur or Cam, whoever falls to them, and they could be that quarterback 3 sitting the bench for a year, learning the system, and Tommy DeVito's out of a job. Or what I think is actually going to happen, the New York Giants are punting on a quarterback this year, and they're going to go for an Arch Manning or a Lenore Sellers next year. And I think that's what they're going to do, I think, at number 3. So, theoretically, we could see number 1 Titans, they take Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. The Browns, no one wants to trade back with them, but they don't want to sell all their stock in Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. So they draft Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. The Giants then go Mason Graham or Will Campbell. Then the Patriots, they can have a quarterback. They're going to have Drake May. They're not going quarterback. The Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence. They're not going quarterback. The Raiders could then take Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. The Jets at number 7 could take Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, but they have Justin Fields. The Panthers aren't going to draft with Bryce Young. So there is a world where if all the smoke screens that I think they're putting out there on purpose go a certain way, number 1, the Titans, they're saying they're going to take the best player available. They go Abdul Carter at number 1. Just like how in 2022, pass rusher went number 1 overall. The Browns then go, you know what? We really don't think this is the quarterback class for us. We'd rather, trade or sign Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins already said he is not going to be waiving his no trade clause at any team until after the first round of the NFL draft, because he doesn't want to be in front of a rookie who is highly drafted who can take his job again. So the Browns go, you know what? Fine. We'll take Travis Hunter. We'll take Mason Graham, Will Campbell, whoever at number 2. The Giants then go, we have Russell Wilson. We have Jameis Winston. We have Tommy DeVito. We have our 3-man group. And we'd rather take or trade up for Arch Manning next year if we aren't the worst team in the league. We'd rather trade up for Arch Manning, right? Then at number 4, you have the Patriots not taking a quarterback. They take whoever's left on their board. The Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence. They take who's on their board. The Raiders are the only team that at number 6 need a quarterback for the future. They have Geno Smith. They've already said, I don't know if Geno signed his contract yet. Geno Smith contract. Did he sign a new contract yet? I don't think he has. Contract, Raiders. Okay, so Geno Smith is only under contract for 1 more season, but John Spiddick, the new GM, has already said they want him to be the Raiders quarterback for years to come. So I imagine it'll be a 3-year deal, 2 years fully guaranteed. That 3rd year is negotiable. They can cut him. So that's why I think he's going to end up happening. It'll be a 3-year, $100 million deal. You get paid $34 million a year for Geno Smith. He'll get an $8 million pay raise. $125 million a year. So that's what I imagine. It'll be a 3-year, $100 million deal to get Geno Smith, 2 years fully guaranteed, the 3rd year partially guaranteed. And they could take Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders at number 6. And at number 6, you take him, you say, awesome, we're going to draft and stash him. He's going to sit under Pete Carroll for 2 years, and in 2 years, he can go out and start for us. The Jets at number 7, I don't think they go quarterback. I think they're going to trust Justin Fields for at least another year. And if they need to replace Justin Fields, it'll be next year's draft. The Panthers, they're not going quarterback with Bryce Young. The Saints, I think, could go quarterback. But is Shedeur Sanders the quarterback that they want to go with? Because after the Saints, you have the Bears, they have Caleb Williams. The 49ers have Brock Purdy. The Cowboys have Dak Prescott. The Dolphins have Tua Tagovailoa. The Colts maybe could go quarterback, but I think they're going to run it 1 more year with Anthony Richardson. The Falcons, they have Michael Penix. The Cardinals, they have Kyler Murray. The Bengals, they have Joe Burrow. The Seahawks have Sam Darnold. The Buccaneers, they have Baker Mayfield. The Broncos, they have Bo Nix. After number 6 with the Raiders and number 9 with the Saints, the only other team with no trade-ups that could take a quarterback and be comfortable taking a quarterback is the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 21. So whether the Steelers trade up or the Browns trade up or the Giants trade up, like maybe one of these teams that passed on him early in the first round, let's say he gets past number 9 with the Saints. Let's say Shedeur, because I think Cam Ward is pretty, everyone agrees that Cam Ward is the number 1 quarterback this class. So let's say Cam Ward slips to number 6. The Raiders take Cam Ward. They're going to draft and stash him for 2 years. Let's say Shedeur Sanders makes it past number 9 with the Saints, because, the Saints, they'd rather go Derek Carr. They're going to try and go for this dumb idea that they can win next year because they keep not pushing the can down. They keep, not just taking the bad year. They want to keep trying to get these 7-10, 8-9 records. He could slip theoretically to 19, 18, 19, 20, where then the Browns or Giants or a team that, maybe a team that passed on him, the Saints, could trade back up into the first round and grab Shedeur. But I don't think it's a given that the quarterback is gone at number 1, number 2, or number 3. I don't think it's a given. I really don't. I'm someone, the Giants have, everything the Giants have said this offseason is that they're not taking a quarterback. Right? Russ for 1 year, a $20 million deal. Jameis Winston 2-year deal. That tells me they're not going quarterback in the first round. Maybe in the third, maybe in the fourth, they go a young prospect, maybe, but they're not going one in the first round. The Browns, too many smoke screens saying they want both quarterbacks, but they're also going all out on Abdul Carter, right? Pro day, interviews, bringing him in for workouts. They're going all out for Abdul Carter as well. And the Titans are doing the exact same thing. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Abdul Carter. Both of those teams are doing the exact same thing. And honestly, I think the Browns, they want Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins has already said, I am not waiving my no trade clause unless I have a guarantee that that team is not taking a quarterback high in the NFL draft that could replace me 6 games in. And I think the Browns are willing to, roll that dice, draft Abdul Carter, draft Travis Hunter, draft Mason Graham, and say we'll trade for Kirk Cousins and bet on him getting us to 8, 9, 10 wins, plus all these rookies that we're adding. That's a conversation that we can have, and I think it's an interesting conversation. I don't think it's a given that quarterback is going to be number 1, number 2, or number 3 in the NFL draft. If one scenario, like I said earlier, is that the Titans go Abdul Carter, the Browns go Travis Hunter, the Giants go Mason Graham, the Patriots go Will Campbell, the Jaguars go Ted McMillan or Ashton Jeanty, no, because they already have ETN. They could go Jahdae Barron, get your number 1 outside corner with the Jaguars. The Raiders are then sitting for it. Would you rather have Cam Ward? You can draft and stash for 2 years? Because I don't think under Pete Carroll, the Raiders are going to be in a place to take one of these top quarterbacks in the class. So maybe they could grab Ashton Jeanty or they can grab Cam Ward. Let's say they grab Cam Ward at 6. The Jets, they then go, awesome. We're going to grab Tyler Warren. Awesome. The Panthers go, awesome. Let's grab Ashton Jeanty, because why wouldn't we take Ashton Jeanty at number 8 or Mike Green on edge, right? The Saints, they go, let's grab Emeka Egbuka, because we think that Derek Carr is good enough to win us a Super Bowl. That's what we believe. That's what the GM believes. Or they do grab Shedeur Sanders, and awesome. At 6 and number 9, you have both quarterbacks off the board. Or let's just say again, theoretically, the Saints go Emeka Egbuka or Ted McMillan. The Bears, they go Ashton Jeanty. The 49ers, they go Donovan Jackson. Like something crazy. There is a real world where Shedeur Sanders falls outside the top 10, outside the top 15, and potentially into the 20s. And that's a real conversation I think we need to have as an NFL draft fan base, that it is not a given that quarterbacks are going to be gone in the top 3 picks this season. Because I remember in 2022, when we were all mocking Malik Willis in the top 3 of the draft, because that's what all the rumors were going, and no team took him until the 3rd round. So I'm not going to believe that Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders have to go in the top 3. I think if there are better prospects and better players, you got to take the better players. And if you think with the Titans that Will Levis with Brian Callahan next year can maybe come back and, earn a starting spot in the NFL, go ahead and believe that. The Browns, if they think Kirk Cousins and, Kirk Cousins and Kenny Pickett are a quarterback room for a season, okay, right? The Giants, obviously they have their quarterback room solved. It's not a given that quarterbacks will go in the top 3. I just want that conversation to be had. And a month before the draft, I want to make sure I have this take that I would not be shocked if no quarterback is taken in the top 5. So that's my take. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I will be going live for the NFL draft this year. As always, the 5th annual NFL Draftathon with sports stuff. Thursday, April 24th at 7 p.m. I will be going live for the NFL draft. The draft starts at 8, so it'll be an hour of lead up. And then on the 25th, at 6 p.m., I'll be going live an hour before the NFL draft to recap day one. And I'm so excited. So if you guys do enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.